Welcome back, my dear students. On your demand, it was a request by many of you to discuss the question and answers of the chapter. So, the textual questions I am going to discuss today. So, be ready with your pen and paper. The first question is: mention the three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country to study abroad. So, for the answer of this question, mention the three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country to study abroad. The answer can be written in three phases, like first phase, then second, and then third phase. The three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country. Phase number one, the period of his early childhood, where he used to live with her in the village. His grandmother used to wake him up, get him ready for school. They both walk to school together, come back together. They had a good friendship with each other. Second phase, the author and his grandmother shifted to the city as the author's parents settled well in the city, and they shared the same room. This was the turning point of their friendship now, because they saw less of each other. And the third phase is when the author went to the university. He was given a room of his own. This made that bond weaker, as the common link between them was the same room. That was snapped. She became quieter and private, and she kept the spinning wheel all day long. She would feed the sparrows once a day, and this was the only thing that made her happy now. Question number 2. Mention three reasons why the author's grandmother was disturbed when he started going to the city school. Answer would be: when the author used to live in the village with her, they both had a very good friendship. She used to wake him up, get him ready, would also accompany him to the school. All this changed when they moved to the city. The grandmother was disturbed for the following reasons. Number 1, she was no longer to help him in his lessons. As he started going to English medium school, this became a barrier for her. Number 2, there were no teaching about God and the scriptures that she hated most. And the third one, she did not like him taking the lessons of music, because according to her, music was only made for the beggars and harlots. Question number 3. Mention three ways in which the author's grandmother spent her days after he grew up. So you can write here, his grandmother was completely changed. She changed a lot since he grew up. She would now spend her day at the spinning wheel, chanting prayers and feeding his sparrows. Question number 4. Mention the odd way in which the author's grandmother behaved just before she died. So here you can write, before she died, she had not prayed. She didn't pray the evening before dying. She collected the women from the neighborhood and started singing Homecoming of the Warriors with the help of the drum. The next morning, when she fell ill, she said her end was near. She started praying peacefully while laying on the bed, and she refused to talk to anyone during the last hours. Question number 5. Mention the way in which the sparrows expressed their sorrow when the author's grandmother died. The answer will be the grandmother used to feed the sparrows in her veranda every day. She has developed a special relationship with them. When she died, thousands of sparrows expressed their sorrow by sitting in and around her in the veranda. They did not cheer up. There was a complete silence. The author's mother tried to feed them by breaking the bread and throwing it in front of them, but they did not eat anything. When the family carried grandmother's corpse, they also flew away quietly. Question number 6. The author's grandmother was a religious person. What are the different ways in which we come to know this? So, when she lived in the village with the author, she used to sing prayers while getting him ready each morning. She used to walk to his school and then visit the temple attached to the school. She would sit there and read scriptures. Later, when they moved to the city, she would carry the beads of the rosary with her all the time. She would continuously chant her prayers and her hand remained busy in telling the beads. When the author went to study at the university, she went into seclusion and spent her whole day in chanting prayers. Question number 7. Describe the changing relationship between the author and his grandmother. Did their feelings for each other change? So, in the early days, they both shared a very good bond. She would get him ready for school, accompanying him, and would come back with him later in the day. She would help him with his studies and would teach him prayers by singing in a monotonous tone every morning. When they moved to the city, their relationship was strained. He started going to an English medium school. She would no longer accompany him to the school or could not help him with the lessons. She did not like this new school as they never taught him about God or scriptures. Later, when he started taking music lessons, she disapproved of it as she thought that this is only for the beggars or harlots. She stopped talking to him afterwards and would spend her day along with no one but totally alone, chanting prayers. When the author went to university and then abroad, their bond weakened. She would spin the wheel the whole day and chant her prayers. She accepted the seclusion. No, their feelings for each other did not change. But during the time, a distance developed between them. Question number 8. Would you agree that the author's grandmother was a person strong in character? If yes, give instances that show this. So my answer would be yes. The grandmother was a strong person, and some instances are like she had her own thoughts about school and their teaching. She considered learning scriptures a better thing than studying science or English. Number 2, she didn't like music because according to her it was for low level people. Third point is when the author went to the university in seclusion, the grandmother would spin the wheel, chant prayer, tell beads, and feed breadcrumbs to the sparrows. Fourth one is when the grandmother sang Homecoming of the Warriors for hours and did not stop even when her family tried a million times. And the last one is during her last time she didn't want to waste any time talking to anyone, so she lay silently on her bed. And the next question is Question number 9. Which language do you think the author and his grandmother used while talking to each other? So, the author and his grandmother used to talk to each other in their mother tongue. As the author belongs to Punjab state, so they would talk in Punjabi language. I have some extra questions, short answer questions. These you can try for practice. You need not to write in your notebook. You have to write only questions given in the book. The extra questions are for extra efforts if you would like to do. So now it is time to say thank you. Thank you for watching, and till then, bye.